The Theory of Elementary Waves, Lewis E. Little, New Classics Library publication. Now the reason I'm making this video is just to draw attention to this book and the theory, because I think that it deserves more attention than apparently it's getting. And I want to talk about why I find it to be one of the best theoretical physics books that I read in a long time, and that has to do with epistemology. That is, Dr. Little challenges the Copenhagen interpretation of the uncertainty principle all the way to the core. I mean, he actually, not just the Copenhagen, but the whole thing, whole quantum mechanics now, he has this model that will replace. But he's attacking not just on philosophical grounds, but on scientific grounds as well. And it's on the philosophical grounds that I share most in common with Dr. Little. I'm not sure about his theory, although I'd like to post this here to see if I can get a discussion going, because on the page that has his lectures, it's very difficult to have a discussion because the comments are pretty much blocked. So I'm posting this to draw attention to the theory and to see if we can't get an interesting discussion going on epistemology and quantum mechanics and the theory of elementary waves that Dr. Little says should be replacing quantum mechanics altogether. I want to share with you some of his philosophy, and I think this is worth the price of the book. He says, some modern physicists have gone so far as to conclude that the very existence of a particle is determined by the act of looking at it. This view produces statements such as that by a Cornell professor quoted in the introduction, who claims that science has conclusively determined that the moon doesn't exist when nobody is looking at it. One wonders what the it might be at which these physicists look if the moon doesn't exist prior to it being looked at. If nothing is there to begin with, mightn't their act of looking be equally likely to produce a ham sandwich? So that's pretty clever. And that's, I agree with his take on the need for objective reality. That's been replaced by some of the, I would think is actually either the Copenhagen interpretation of quantum mechanics, or you could even say at this point it might be a misinterpretation, because I think that M theory, Edward Witten's M theory, has provided for a lot of the hidden variables, and that it's M theory's brought back a reality to the missing, so-called missing pieces that Einstein cited when he criticized quantum mechanics as well. Now, I don't know if Edward Witten interprets M theory as providing for hidden variables, but I do, and I think that it can do a pretty good job of explaining where the determination comes from for the eventual realities that we experience in particle physics specifically. Now, Dr. Little's theory of elementary waves challenges quantum mechanics to the core, because the elementary waves does away with the indeterminacy, and the waves provide the what would have been considered hidden variables right up front. The wave travels backwards from the detector to the particle, and so the attributes of either interference or lack of interference are imparted to the particle before the experiment takes place. And there you go. And that answers everything. That does away with all the conundrums, all the non-localities, and all the backward in time actions that might be introduced through quantum mechanics. And it's that simple. Now, these elementary waves are theorized to be omnipresent, and they're interfering with or interacting with everything at all times. Now, the different waves have different characteristics, and they will impart different characteristics to the particles, and thus you have the deterministic qualities imparted. That's basically the theory in a nutshell, and it's got some very interesting implications. Now, if I haven't mentioned this already, the reason I'm posting this here is because the page that you can get the Dr. Little's lectures is TEWLIP, Lewis Little, LEWIS, LITTLE. And I think if you did a search, you would get to his lectures, but there's limited. The commenting is limited to the point that it, for all practical reasons, there is no commenting. So I'm providing this page, this post, so that perhaps we can get a good heated discussion going. Will the theory of elementary waves replace quantum mechanics? You are free to post whatever you want, pretty much on my videos. Keep your curse words down to, I guess, about no more than 2 per sentence. Avoid things that are particularly vulgar. I'll block you, but curse words I can just ignore. So feel free to express yourself explicitly. I am satisfied with the idea that the determinism for reality can take place in extra dimensions. Lewis Little says, no, these elementary waves will take care of determinacy in our dimensionality. Now, the waves are inferred. They, like the probability waves, they can only be inferred, but here the inference does away with all the quantum weirdness that quantum mechanics introduces. So I hope we got some people interested in theoretical physics who will read the book, buy a copy of the book, or listen to the lectures, and tell me what you think. I'm not totally sold on the idea, but I love the fact that somebody is willing to come out and challenge the status quo to this degree. And I particularly appreciate like Albert Einstein, Lewis Little also says that reality is necessary to provide for reality. Abstract does not provide for reality. It's the other way around. Reality can provide for abstractions. Precepts provides concepts, not the other way around.